Good evening and welcome to Satsang. This evening we'll be looking at turning the light on in the body. For most of the hours of our waking life, we're subject to a kind of sensory overload through the five senses, through sensation and sight and sound, tastes and textures that are constantly keeping our minds busy, keeping our bodies busy. To become spiritually aware, to wake up, means that we need to create a space where we experience ourselves as pure consciousness while in our body. That we have an experience of self beyond the body, beyond the mind, while still in the body, that is even more impactful, profound in a sensory way than the input that's coming from the world around us at the 3D level. So we're subject continuously to external information coming into our mind-body field. And we're subject to all that processing that's going on in our body, all the internal processes that are occurring emotionally, mentally, biophysically, electrically, and so on. And without a conscious turning of our attention inwards towards pure consciousness, there are very few natural instances in our daily lives where we would experience a breakthrough of that light. Sometimes we may experience a breakthrough of the light during times of stress, perhaps the death of a loved one, a time of sickness or pain, an accident even, something that shakes us, something that moves us out of our normal daily resting state. But we don't really require trauma to do that. We can do that in an easier way by practicing meditation and also being mindful in our daily lives. So there are many ways of doing that. In Satsang tonight, I'd like to share with you the way in which I do that and which has worked for me. So take a few deep breaths now. Satsang is really an experience in the body of your own light, of the light of consciousness, not just a talk about spirituality. Turning the mind's attention is the first step, and we can support that by breathing consciously, by breathing rhythmically and being aware of the in-breath, the out-breath, and the space between the breaths. So let's do that now. Let's become aware of the breath with spiritual intention, with the intention not just to relax, but to go deeper into the light within, to go deeper into the light that you are and become more aware of it at a sensory level, in a way that is real and tangible to you, in the way that normal daily sensations are tangible to you. So as you breathe, bring your awareness to your heart center in the middle of your chest. Close your eyes. Settle down into your body. If you watch the video on how to meditate, you'll recall that the primary foundation of meditation is composed of a small number of practices, a small number of ingredients that together make a recipe that supports your awakening and your increase in consciousness in your mind-body field. So as you breathe, you set the intention to become more aware of the light that you are, of the love that you are. And you support that intention with your breath, noticing how it flows in and pauses, flows out and pauses. And you might do that in 4/4 rhythm. Stretching that count of 4 as long as you can on the in-breath, as long as you can in the holding of the in-breath, as long as you can on the out-breath, and as long as you can on the holding of the out-breath. Being generous with your breathing and having as your attitude that ingredient of meditation, that ingredient of awakening, that is kindness, that acts as the foundation for all other frequencies of love that you will experience in your mind-body field as you awaken. Allow your body to relax into and rest in kindness for yourself. And that means imagining that kindness. It may be a picture of kindness towards yourself. It may be an atmosphere of kindness from a time that you remember experiencing kindness. It may be the mantra, kindness. I choose kindness towards myself now. And repeating that so that your body deeply receives it, until it believes it so fully it becomes it. And you need not remind it with words anymore. Consider that your breath is love. Your breath is how you welcome yourself into the body, and your body is where your awakening happens. A body that is too fearful cannot experience awakening as a texture, as an atmosphere. It's only as you become more calm, as you steady yourself, as you hold your mind steady in the light, and you hold your heart steady in the love, and you hold your body steady in the peace, that you begin to feel the larger love, the larger light, the larger peace that carries you. First, you must come close to it in your own body. You must approach that frequency in your own mind-body field. Then you will become aware of it around you, everywhere around you, in the world, in the ethers, in the atmosphere, in the very substance of matter itself, in the very depths of your own physical body and your mind-body field. Peace comes as you approximate the vibration of peace. That is the foundation of the universe. Love comes as you approximate that experience of love that is the vast love carrying you in every moment. You begin to experience the light of pure consciousness overlighting, surrounding you, carrying you, as you approach that vibration of pure light within yourself. So allow every out-breath to be a releasing breath that says, I'm willing to let go of everything that is not this light, that is not this love, that is not this peace. Without judgment, without shame or blame, I simply let it go. And on the in-breath, receiving that light, that love, that peace that you are, from deep within you, from within the centres of consciousness. And softening within yourself to receive that light, which operates at a much higher frequency than the normal thoughts, feelings and sensations of your mind-body field. And as those two worlds connect, the world of consciousness and the world of your human perception, there may be a friction, a shuddering, a shaking, a vibrating, a dissonance even, an awareness of that which is not light or love or peace within you, intensifying for a while. And this is where kindness is so essential in your practice. As you meet this heaviness, this darkness, this suffering, this fear, this anger, this sadness, this despair, whatever it is within you, with kindness, the body relaxes. The primal parts of you in your mind-body field relax and let go. As you reassure yourself with kind words and gentle breaths and a quiet, safe, still space, your body responds to you like a tiny child and says yes. If you approach your awakening like a punishment, this child will run from you, it will fight you and it will resist you. If you approach this child with love and kindness, with true understanding and insight, it will run into the arms of this light. It will run into the arms of this love. It will run into the arms of this peace, wholeheartedly, with everything that it is. For awakening is a joy. Awakening is a liberation from suffering. It isn't a punishment. It isn't just a discipline that you apply to yourself to make yourself a better person. It really is a receiving of the light and love and peace that you are. It is a receiving of the light, love and peace that are the foundation of the universe. So it is a reconciliation of the individual with the absolute, of the separate self with the one self. And with every breath you can be in this intention, and your breath can carry this intention. Then your practice becomes focused, it becomes profound, it becomes potent. Every moment of your practice becomes potent. And your practice can be a sitting meditation, it can be a moving yoga, it can be karma yoga, it can be acts of service and love. It can be a turning of your attention towards the real while you're washing the dishes, while you're caring for the children, while you're going about the business of your daily life at work or at home. every moment is an opportunity to see through the veil of 3D and into the world of the real, the world of consciousness, the world of the Creator. And to realise that you are one with that, and everybody and everything around you are also equally one with that. So this is a great comfort. This is a comfort when you suffer. When you suffer circumstances that are painful. When you experience loss at a human level, you do not also have to experience the despair of believing you are alone. You do not have to experience the despair of disconnectedness. An example of this, which affects every one of us, is the loss of a loved one through death. To go through that experience and to not feel yourself as light and your loved one as light is to experience devastating loss, apparently permanent loss, that can be hard to recover from. A loss of trust in the universe, a loss of trust in the goodness of life. How could this be allowed to happen? It's one of the core questions of human life, this loss through death. Yet the more you experience yourself as this light, as this love, as this peace, beyond just emotion, experience it as a textural, physical reality, and your loved ones as this light, while they are still alive, then when they pass, if they pass through death before you, you will know that they are still alive, they still exist, and you would recognise their light anywhere. You could be sitting on the couch reading a book and suddenly you would feel them. You would feel the light and the love that they are and know it unmistakably to be them. And it is true that in the next 100 years or so, more and more people will come to experience themselves and their loved ones in this way. And death will no longer feel so dark and so final. That this connectedness will remain. And it will remain coming into incarnation as well. That as we incarnate, we won't forget everything again. We won't forget the promises that we made to ourselves. We won't forget our reason for incarnating. And we'll be able to walk forward in our lives with heartfulness, with confidence and with love, with more surety. And much of the confusion and the suffering that comes from confusion will pass away. So in Satsang, what we are doing is creating a space to honour this experience of the remembering of self and allowing that experience to become stronger, for this light to intensify, for it to anchor more fully within your mind-body field so that you can carry it with you into your daily life more completely, more fully, more confidently. So feel this now as you breathe, this beauty, this goodness, this truth. this light that you are. So we're going to do a little breathing meditation now to some healing music by Jordan Jessup. Be aware as you breathe of your kindness towards yourself, of your natural goodness, and of the peace that is rising to meet you from deep within your body. We're going to be doing heart breathing and root chakra breathing for this meditation. So beginning with your awareness in your heart center now, taking some deep breaths, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your spine, in your upper back. Feel how you are breathing in 360 degrees, like a sphere around your chest. And with every breath you are breathing in the light of your heart and receiving it, releasing on the out-breath and letting go of anything you no longer need. Each in-breath fills you with the light from the center of your heart. Each out-breath allows you to empty, allows you to let go, to soften, creating more room to receive your inner light with your next in-breath. Being present here and now in this moment. Breathing the affirmation, I deeply and completely accept this moment. Let the mantra bathe your body with peace. Come all the way down into your body, becoming aware of your spine. Following your spine down to your tailbone. I deeply and completely accept this moment. Releasing on the out-breath, receiving your light on the in-breath. And consider as you breathe, how much do you want this body to awaken? How much do you yearn for the comfort of your own true nature. And be in authenticity with this. For you are transparent to pure consciousness, to the creative intelligence that carries the universe. So just notice your own truth now as you breathe, without judging it. Be truthful even with your own arguments, your own resistances to awakening. Let whatever arises be present within you now. Bring your awareness to your perineal area at the base of your body, to your root chakra, to this chakra that connects you down into matter, that connects you to the earth, that allows you to have a physical body and a physical experience of life. Breathing up into your root chakra and down and out from your root chakra. I deeply and completely accept myself. I deeply and completely accept this moment. The truth of how you feel in this moment about your own awakening. The truth of how you feel about being alive in a body. The truth about how you feel about your own journey as a human being, here in this moment. Accepting even non-acceptance, choosing to accept even resistance. Choosing to accept any suffering that arises in you as thoughts, feelings, or sensations, as attitudes, as memories. Breathing acceptance and kindness in this moment for yourself and your experience. Softening as you breathe, choosing gentleness and tenderness for yourself as you breathe. How can you awaken a body that you do not accept and that you do not love, when love is at the heart of awakening? So love even this body that does not love. Accept this body that so often does not accept. And be that breath of life, of spirit. That releases the pain. That wind of change that blows away the clouds so the light of the sun can be seen again. As you breathe in this moment, this breath of life, you are blowing away the clouds that hide the light of the inner sun within you. You are changing the molecules of your matter. You are moving closer to your true nature while in this body. And the one that exists beyond time fills this body within time and forever changes it. Each breath is a breath of freedom. Each breath draws you deeper into the light that you are. So breathe generously and joyfully. Breathe with relief and release on that out-breath, letting go. Breathe with gratitude on the in-breath as the light grows within you. Everything changes and yet nothing has moved. Time stops and yet you continue. And as you breathe, it becomes easier and easier for your mind to let go at the edge and fall into the deep wellspring of the heart. That place from which all creation arises and to which all creation returns, moment by moment, breath by breath. This body is sacred. This body is holy ground. This body is the vessel of your awakening. Treat it with reverence. Recognize it and see it as it truly is, as the divine itself. Recognize it to be light as you breathe. Imagine it, intend it, lean into it and choose it. Choose your awakening. And love what resists. Be kind to what resists within you. It is simply your fear of this vastness, this infinity that you are. With every friction you meet, choose kindness. Choose love. So that the love within you brings you into the proximity of the great love that carries you. Let the light within you grow and bring you into the proximity of the great light that carries you. And allow your body to rest. peace. That is the foundation of all existence. With each breath, become this. Allow your cells to drink it in and receive it. Be blessed. In this, be blessed. The light you are is a shining star. Breathe out the rest. Forgive the rest. Strengthen what is real with every breath. Release the past and claim the now of your being. Release your fear and claim clarity of sight, clear seeing. Make room within yourself for the love that you are. Make room for that truth beyond time to shine within time. So that in this body you live in a state of grace. Always, in every moment, in a state of grace. Allowing your out-breath to be as deep as your in-breath. Making space for this love on the next in-breath. Resting in the immensity of the love the Creator has for you. knowing that the Creator sees you as itself, without separation. All things are loved. All beings are loved. All created worlds are loved. You are goodness in a universe of goodness. Preparing yourself to return to daily consciousness, bringing back with you awareness of the light, love and peace that you are.